On a night when the stars were twinkling brightly in the sky, 4 young explorers were restless in their beds, filled with anticipation. Mia, Sam, Tariq, and Lila, the Midnight Pack, had heard a legend about a hidden treasure buried deep within the Whispering Woods, a mysterious forest on the outskirts of Starwood. The treasure was said to be a magical star crystal, a glowing gem that brought happiness to all who found it. As the town of Starwood stepped under the silver moonlight, the Midnight Pack prepared for their adventure. One by one, they slipped out of their homes, careful not to make a sound. They met at their usual spot, the old oak tree in the center of town, each of them carrying a flashlight, a map, and their sense of adventure. The friends huddled together beneath the oak tree, their flashlights forming a small circle of light as they looked over the map. The Whispering Woods lay to the east, beyond the edge of town, and they had marked a spot that was said to be the resting place of the legendary treasure. The friends knew this adventure would be unlike any other, and they were ready for whatever awaited them. With excitement in their hearts, the Midnight Pack set off toward the woods. They moved quietly through the streets of Starwood, the glow of their flashlights bouncing off the cobblestones. The night air was cool, and the only sounds were the distant hoot of an owl and the rustle of leaves in the gentle breeze. The entrance to the Whispering Woods loomed ahead, the trees standing tall and dark against the night sky. The friends paused for a moment, taking in the sight of the forest. It was said that the woods could whisper to those who listened closely, and the friends couldn't help but wonder if they would hear those whispers tonight. With a deep breath, Mia led the way into the woods, her flashlight cutting through the darkness. The others followed closely behind, their senses heightened by the mystery of the forest. The trees were thick, their branches creating a canopy overhead, and the forest floor was covered in soft moss that muffled their footsteps. As they ventured deeper into the woods, a gentle whispering sound began to fill the air, like the rustling of leaves in the wind. The friends looked at each other, their eyes wide with wonder. It was as if the forest itself was alive, guiding them toward their destination. They followed the whispers, their flashlights illuminating a narrow path that seemed to wind its way through the trees. The friends walked in silence, their eyes scanning the forest for any sign of the treasure. The whispers grew louder, and soon they came upon a small clearing bathed in moonlight. In the center of the clearing stood an ancient stone pedestal covered in moss and ivy. The friends knew they had found the right place. The pedestal was carved with intricate designs, swirls and stars that seemed to glow faintly in the moonlight. At the top of the pedestal was a shallow bowl, empty except for a layer of soft earth. The friends gathered around it, their flashlights casting long shadows on the ground. According to the legend, the star crystal could only be found by those who truly believed in the magic of the forest. Mia, Sam, Tariq, and Lila exchanged hopeful glances before they began to search the clearing, their hands brushing aside leaves and moss as they looked for any sign of the treasure. Lila was the first to notice something. A faint glimmer beneath the earth in the bowl on the pedestal. She called the others over, and together they gently brushed away the soil, revealing a smooth, glowing crystal shaped like a star. It was beautiful, its light shining softly in the darkness, and the friends stared in awe at what they had found. As they held the crystal, a warm, gentle glow spread throughout the clearing, and the whispering of the woods grew louder, surrounding them like a comforting embrace. the friends felt a sense of peace and joy, as if the forest were thanking them for believing in its magic. The light from the crystal spread out, illuminating the trees and the clearing, and for a moment it felt as if the whole world was filled with magic. The friends knew that this treasure was not meant to be taken. It was a gift from the forest, meant to be shared with all who entered. With great care, they placed the star crystal back in the bowl, and the light began to fade, leaving behind a soft, lingering glow that seemed to fill the entire clearing. The midnight pack sat in the clearing for a while, their eyes fixed on the glowing crystal, their hearts filled with wonder. They knew that this moment was something they would carry with them forever. A moment of magic, friendship, and the beauty of believing in the impossible. Eventually, the whispers of the forest grew softer, and the friends knew it was time to return home. They stood, their flashlights cutting through the darkness once more, and made their way back along the winding path, the memory of the glowing crystal lighting their way. By the time they reached the edge of the woods, the first light of dawn was beginning to appear in the sky. The friends emerged from the forest, their faces filled with a sense of accomplishment and wonder. They made their way back to the old oak tree, their secret meeting place, and paused for a moment, looking back at the whispering woods. The woods were quiet now, the whispers gone, but the friends knew that the magic was still there, waiting for those who believed. They shared a smile, their bond stronger than ever, and one by one, they returned to their homes, slipping back into their beds just as the sun began to rise. The next day, as the people of Starwood went about their day, they couldn't help but notice something different. A sense of joy that seemed to fill the air, as if the magic of the whispering woods had spread beyond the forest, bringing happiness to the town and its people. Mia, Sam, Tariq, and Lila met later that day beneath the old oak tree, their eyes bright with excitement, and their hearts full of the magic they had found. They knew that their adventure in the whispering woods was just the beginning, and that there were many more treasures to be found, many more secrets to uncover. And so, the Midnight Pack learned that true treasure is not just about what you find, but about the magic of the journey, the friends who share it with you, and the wonder you bring back to the world. As long as they had each other, they knew that their adventures would never end, and that the magic of Starwood would always be there, waiting for them. Good night, young dreamers. May you always find the courage to seek out the magic in the world, and may your adventures be filled with wonder, friendship, and light.